Hi everyone, it's Daisy here. Welcome to today's video all about different fountain pen ink bottle shapes. There are so many different fountain pen ink bottle shapes. I've prepared a bunch of them here in front of me, and I don't know, there's probably about like 15 or so in front of me, and some of them have really unique shapes, and some of them are a little bit more common, but I just kind of wanted to do today's video explaining some of these various shapes for fountain pen ink bottles and why they have these unique features and how they make filling your fountain pen a little bit easier. So let's take a look at some of the different fountain pen ink bottle shapes I have. Let me just bring them all in here. So you guys can see there's probably about, maybe like 15 as I was saying before, and they come in square bottles and square kind of flat bottles like this one. They come in these long and slim bottles like this Robert Oster one. They come in these kind of short and stout bottles, and some really kind of more unique looking bottles like this Diamine blue edition ink bottle. This is a pretty standard one with just like a boxy square shape, but it has like this wax seal decoration on top. And all of these ink bottles hold anywhere between 20 milliliters of ink to some hold 50 or 60 milliliters of ink. So here's a really unique one from BUNGUBOX, the Ink Tells More collection. It's shaped like a shoe. So all of these ink bottles are meant to be used with fountain pens, and for 20 milliliters or some of these 50 to 60 milliliter bottles of inks, if you just have like one bottle of something like 30 to 50 milliliter bottle of ink that you're using consistently every single day, this is like the only ink bottle that you have that you're inking up your pen with, this ink bottle might last you a year, 2 years, possibly. And so it's really a lot of ink. And what happens is that as you use up the ink level gets lower and lower in the bottle, and it happens no matter what shape your bottle is, whether it's round or square, stout or tall or whatever. When you are getting down to the bottom of the bottle, it's going to be harder to fill your pen. So today's video is actually going to be highlighting 4 different ink bottles from various manufacturers that have features built into the shape of the bottle that make them easier to fill even when you're really running low on the ink level within the bottle of ink. So I thought I would do a video all about that today. So let's just dive right in and look at the 4 bottles of ink that we're going to be talking about today. Here I have, this is the Tools to Live By fountain pen ink in a very, very special, very beautiful, this is actually handmade glass, like mouth-blown glass, I guess, bottle from Taiwan, and I'll show you all how it works, but this has a feature that allows you to use every last drop of the ink. And the next bottle that we're going to look at is the Pilot Iroshizuku. This is one of these really square bottles. People are always commenting on this bottle and saying how it looks like perfume. It really is very eye-catching and beautiful, but aside from its aesthetic beauty, it has this feature where there's a dip in the bottom of the ink bottle here, which allows you to use the ink even when it gets very, very low in the bottle, as this ink bottle has actually gotten to. It's quite low. Then there is the BUNGUBOX Ink Tells More ink, and this particular color is the sweet potato purple. So Kaoru has actually designed this bottle to be used to the last drop in 2 different ways. So it's shaped like this, so you're able to kind of gather the leftover ink on one side of the bottle, but you're also able to use it in conjunction with the box to angle the bottle even more, even at like a greater angle when you are at an even lower level of ink in the bottle. So I'll show you that. Then we have the Workhorse Pilot Namiki just standard black bottle. This is 60 milliliters of black ink, which is crazy because this is 50 milliliters. this is less than 50, I would say, but this one like takes up, you know, not that much space. It looks like it's a pretty small bottle of ink, but it's 60 milliliters of ink in here, and built into it is actually a little inkwell riser as well. So I'll show you that as well. So let's start by filling a pen with the Pilot Iroshizuku ink, and you'll be able to see that I'm going to dip my nib, basically inserting it into this crevice here. So I have prepared a bunch of different pens today, just like random ones, not chosen for any particular reason. I'll go with the Lamy Safari for this fill. Open it. I'm going to show you guys here. So I'm going to dip my fountain pen nib all the way down, and it basically fits perfectly into that little crevice at the bottom of the ink bottle there. And it's so great because it does create this extra level of ink. I'll tilt the camera here, but try not to spill the ink to show you. It has basically, the nib is at a deeper level than the rest of the pen is. And from there, I'll be able to just twist up on the piston, use up those last bits of ink. And I've done it. So that's great. Do I have a paper towel? What a lot of people might not realize is that fountain pen nibs have a breather hole here, this little circle on the surface of the nib, and that's actually not where you're drawing the ink up from. You're drawing the ink up from under the underside of the pen, this hole here. Different nibs have it located in different places, but you can see on the Lamy Safari here, this hole is actually much higher than this hole here. So you actually have to really submerge the nib completely in order for you to get a really good fill, which is why features like the one in the Pilot Iroshizuku bottle, which allow you to get that nib really below the ink level, are really helpful, and it's a thoughtful design. So if anybody has an Iroshizuku bottle, or I don't know, if you're looking for a new bottle of ink, maybe this is a good one for you. I just love that they thought of that, and it's a very full fill, I might say. It's a very good one. I did a good job here. Okay. Next bottle that we'll look at, I guess, will be the BUNGUBOX Ink Tells More. So what I was showing you guys before is that it has this ink bottle has this really unique, like really unique, very beautiful ink bottle shape. It looks like a shoe, and the reason it's shaped like this is that when you are running low on ink, you can actually just tilt your bottle this way, and what that does is sort of it gathers all the ink up on that side. Even if you were to put it back up straight, because it has this high wall here, even if you were to put it back up straight, all of the ink is still sitting right there. But with this bottle here, I have very little ink left, so I think even if I were to gather up all the ink on that front section of the ink bottle, it still probably wouldn't let me get the nib below the ink level. So then Karu actually showed me this. She's the founder of BUNGUBOX, and she's who designed this bottle and this paper box that comes with this ink bottle. So you're meant to use the paper box and keep it, and the way you're supposed to use it to allow you to get a better fill and allow you to use your ink more efficiently once it runs really low is the box opens like this. You can actually store your ink just on an angle. In the bottle, in the box like that, and essentially just fill your bottle right from there. So let's do that. And for this pen, I guess I'll just choose the Pilot Metropolitan, since that's what I have handy. It's the Con 40, which is known to have kind of a small capacity of ink to begin with. So let's see how this goes. Okay. I'm going to put my ink bottle in, and I'm going to just hold it a little bit so it doesn't collapse on me. And then the pen inserts very easily into the bottle. And just like that, I get a pretty good fill. Usually what happens is the second fill is better. I don't know if you guys have experienced this as well, but for me, always the second fill is always a little bit better. And there you go. So then you just tilt your ink bottle back. And obviously you want to be a little bit careful anytime you have an ink bottle open. But that is how you fill with your BUNGUBOX Ink Tells More inks. And that's kind of why Karu designed this very unique shoe shape to go with the paper box as well. So don't throw away your paper boxes from BUNGUBOX because they're meant to be very useful to help you fill on an angle like that. Okay, next up, we're going to talk about the Pilot Namiki bottle, and I guess I'll just pick this pen here, the Custom 743 that I have here with it. So this is the Pilot Namiki bottle. I'm gonna open it here, and this bottle actually has, if you can see here, it has a little raised inkwell here. So you can see directly into the bottle here that right now it's pretty empty, but how you use it, especially when the ink level is low in the bottle, is you just tilt it upside down like that. Let the ink kind of like flow into that inkwell as it is right now because it's upside down. And rotate it again, and then set it back. And now I have a little bit of ink at the bottom of the inkwell, as you can see here. And the inkwell is a deep inkwell. It goes to the bottom of the ink bottle, so it's very effective in making what is essentially like a more concentrated collection of ink within the bottle. So now I'm going to fill my Pilot Custom 743 with the Con 70 converter that it comes with. This is a pump converter. And I just put my pen straight to the bottom of the ink bottle and I just pump away. And in a few pumps, it's actually full. So yeah, that was actually a super easy one. I think this inkwell design is pretty genius from Pilot Namiki. I love how it works, and yeah, we fill pens out of that ink bottle all the time in store. So that's great. And then the last bottle of ink that we're going to talk about is the Tools to Live By ink. This is the one that I was explaining before. It's very, very beautiful. You're definitely meant to like keep this bottle even after you use up all the ink, and possibly like decant other bottles of ink into this bottle of ink to use. That is recommended. So this bottle has this ball in it. I'm going to shake it. I'm going to tilt it upside down. And you can hear the ball like rolling around in there. So the ball, what it does is it acts as a stopper for the ink. So when you tilt it upside down, you create just like the inkwell action of the Pilot Namiki bottle. Same thing, you're creating like a little thing of ink over here, but when you drop the ball here, it sits right here as the bottle narrows over here, and it creates this little raised section of ink right here for you to fill your pen. So this works really well as well when you are getting to those last dribbles of ink in your ink bottle. And I'm going to use a Kaweco Sport today with their mini converter sport. So this is going to be really easy. I already know I'm just going to put the nib into the top section of the bottle here, and I'm going to draw up on the ink bottle here. Oops, do that one more time. Yeah, there you go. So you can kind of do that pretty easily, and you get a pretty good fill of ink from there. I think if I wanted to, I could get more ink in this upper level to create an even better fill, but you get the point of the ball. It's really cool. And then you cap it again, and that's it. How cool is that? Cool. Okay, So there you have it, 4 different ink bottles and the features they come with that allow you to fill your pen a little bit easier when you're almost running out of ink in the bottle. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know in the comments if you own one of these bottles of inks and what you think of these features, if they've actually helped you. Have you ever actually used up a whole bottle of ink? Personally, I have a lot of bottles of ink, so I haven't ever used up one bottle of ink. I'm like embarrassed to say, but you know, when this does become a problem for you, let us know. If you're somebody who has actually run into this problem before, let us know if these features have actually been helpful for you in trying to fill up your fountain pens. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!